Welcome to the House of Doggus, where Doggus brings the games that typically don't bring the pain. We are back here for episode number 6. The last time we were here, we did a lot of quests in which we were able to unlock quite a few things. What I would really like to do now is to at least unlock this part up to the train casing, where we can get some items from the shop. One thing that happened though, there was a bug, and that bug actually opened up all of the other echoes. I don't really know how to fix that. So if you have any suggestions or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I did reach out to the FTB Discord, and they did not really provide much information except for, backing up or using one of your recent backups and restoring and then updating your game. Because the bug was introduced in 1.2.1 or 1.2.0, and that's the reason why all of these opened up. So I don't really know how to get rid of these. So what we'll do is we'll just try to remember where we are as far as like who we've gone to, and currently it's just up to the enchanter. So we can go all the way up to the enchanter here, but we don't know any of these other people here. Kind of a spoiler, but if we would have run around in this spawn, we would see all of these anyway, but we just don't want to go to them too early because I'm pretty sure we could probably still access their shop, and I don't want to access the shop and buy stuff that we're not supposed to have. So, but yeah, that happened, and now we want to continue working on some quests here. So let's try to get our train casing, which is going to require us to get some obsidian, get an obsidian plate. We're also going to need to get some brass ingots and a regular brass casing, and then after that we'll need to apply probably that to the train casing. One thing that I would think I want to do when it comes to this obsidian plate is you can use Productive Metalworks in order to make an obsidian plate, and I think I want to do that because that's probably the easier way for me to do it, because I don't want to do this. I'm not big into create. So I'm going to make the Productive Metalworks Foundry, or whatever you want to call this furnace. We will make our plate. Here is the quest for the Productive Metalworks Foundry. And all we need to do is to create some fire clay and some fire bricks. And in order to make the full thing, we're going to need 21 fire bricks. I don't think they really need to be black, but this is what the request is requiring is 21 fire bricks, black fire bricks, and then the actual foundry itself, the foundry controller, the foundry tank, and then this is 9 liquid heating coils. Then we're going to do our drains here. There's the foundry drain, the casting table, the tap, in the casting basin. So we're going to do all of these right here. We're going to probably finish all of this right here. We're going to come back up to this tier, and we're going to do our train casing along with the obsidian plate. So let's get to it. Let's also claim some quests here. We were able to complete this portion here. This is going to give us a new unearther level. So let's level up there. And then we also were able to get some iron chests from a drop, loot bee. And let's get that there. And then we created the controller. We're going to get a little loot there, some cash. So now let's get to our main quest here. Here we have 2.1k of clay and 531 clay. Well, clay balls, and then 531 clay. I think we needed 21, but I don't remember how many actual clay balls we needed. So we can definitely look up that. We're looking for Productive Metalworks, and we're looking for fire bricks. We're all going to need to make some black fire bricks and then actual fire bricks. In order to do the black fire bricks, we just need fire bricks, which is smelting up a whole bunch of clay. If we took 21 times 4, how much is that? 21 times 4 is 82. So we'll need 82 fire bricks. Let's just do 100 or maybe 2 stacks, and we'll throw them over here. We should also upgrade these iron furnaces here, but I don't think I'm currently ready for that. So we'll throw all of these in there. We'll get them baked up. We will go ahead and get our 21 fire bricks. We'll also get our liquid heating coils. Then we'll get our casting basin and our casting table. We'll get our black foundry controller, our foundry tank, our drain, and then our tank. And then I don't think we need a capacitor, so that's fine. We'll get all of the rest of this stuff. We'll come back. We're also going to need to do a plate, a plate cast. So we'll get that. And there's a few other things here that we'll probably do some casting for, such as the ingot. I'm not really into the nugget, maybe the gear and the rod. So let's do all of that. We'll come back. We're going to end up setting this up right over here in this area right here. Let's do it. So we messed up. I started to bake up clay, and clay is not actually what's needed. We need to make fire clay in order to get what we need. So let's get a whole bunch of fire clay here, and then we can bake all of that up. I think we'll just get all of this and then bake that up. And yeah, make sure you make fire clay and not just use clay, because just regular clay turns into terracotta. All right, let's do it. One of the other things that I would really like to do is I would like to make a backpack. I do already have the materials for it, so we'll just make a backpack here really quick. Hold on. Why is this not working? That's weird. We might not have enough leather. Let's bake up some more leather, and that should fix that issue. All right, we got enough leather, and now we can just make our backpack. I do want to just upgrade this to an iron backpack, and then if I can, I want to update this to a gold backpack. And if I have enough diamonds, we'll upgrade this to a diamond backpack. There we are. Easy peasy. I'll just throw this on our back. I usually like to put it in the back spot there. There we go. We got a backpack. Now we can put a lot of stuff in here. Wonderful. Let's get back to the Foundry stuff. Okay, so we have created all of the items that we need in order to make the Foundry. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and put the Foundry over here. You know, there's this torch here. One thing that I like to do once I get glowstone is I like to put down ferro lanterns. Ferro lanterns are super cool because they actually put up invisible lights. So let's do some ferro lanterns. Let's see if I can actually just make one. I think I need 2 glowstone overall. Oh no, I just need 1. So we're gonna take this ferro lantern, and we're really just gonna put it like right here-ish, and it's gonna light this area up. Now I have night vision. The night vision will show basically everything, but I still need the torches down in order to prevent creatures spawning. Let's see what happens if we take this torch away. It should light this area up. Let's check our lighting overlay, see if anything is here. I'm not really seeing anything as of yet, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let's put the heating coils down first. This is 1, 2, and 3. Yep, there we go. And next up, let's do... Now, you don't really have to surround this thing in this manner. However, I think I'm going to do that for now. It just needs to be up 1, and we're gonna make this too high. Don't get trapped in here, guy. That would be very bad for you. Maybe I can get some human meat or something if he gets trapped in. Yeah, he's gonna have a bad day, that's for sure. All right, so here on this side, we're gonna put the controller. Oh, look, it just lit up. Yeah, from the ferro lantern, it just placed an invisible light here somewhere. We were able to see that do that, so that's really neat. Then we're gonna put our drain right here, and then we're gonna put our tank right here. And now we can see that this is actually full building now. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to get in there and get that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in there and get that. So let's get up here, and we'll just go ahead and get this out of here. All right. Cool. So now that our Foundry is up, we should be able to do a few things here. One of the things that we need to do is we'll put down our casting table. We'll also put down our casting basin. You know, a lot of people actually end up putting this stuff in other spots. I just like to use both these outputs here. I mean, if I need to make it different, I will, but this is good for now. And we put, that didn't go in right. That was the wrong area. There we go. And then just like that, we've got our little Foundry set up. We need to put some lava in here, and we should be able to get a few things here. So we completed all of these. This is going to give us our book here. This is going to give us some cash. This is going to give us some cash. And then this is going to give us some cash too. What else do we get here? Molten meat, Enderman, Ender. Okay, so this tells us what all we can get from putting stuff in here. And last but not least, this is just for casting, so that's good. We'll do all of that. We got some other quests here. that we can turn in. That's great. That's good. Okay, there we are. And the other thing that we want to do is to look here. If we can make this obsidian plate, we'll get a lava chicken. And I really am interested in getting this lava chicken because it gives us lava eggs. And those lava eggs, you can just put right into a tank and it will turn into lava. I'll show you that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and make this obsidian plate. The first thing that we need to do though is we need to put some steel in here. So let's go ahead and get some steel. I think we have some steel over here already. That's already made up. If you guys didn't know, you can actually do a search inside of these sophisticated storage chests. Up here at the top, you can do a search and I can type in steel. Now I see that I don't have any steel in here, so I'm gonna have to make some steel. This here be a stick up. Give me all your coins. I got a stick and it stuck me up. It's asking for all my coins. I'm not going to give it my coins. Holy stick of wood divining. 0 uses left. That's funny. We've got what we need here. We need some lava. We need a copper plate and we need some steel ingots. Let's go ahead and put our lava into the tank here, Foundry tank. It's got 3 buckets of lava now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw some steel in here, let this get baked up. One thing that's really kind of cool about this Foundry is that you can sort of see the things that are going in there. And once it's done, it's going to melt into some molten steel, and then you can see the molten steel in there. In order to make a steel plate, we're going to throw this copper plate in here, and then we're going to hit that Foundry tap. And it will basically consume this copper plate, and then we're going to get a plate cast. There we are. So now we've got our plate cast, and what we need to do now is to get some obsidian, and after we get the obsidian, then we can turn that into an actual obsidian plate. So let's go do that. So as we look here at the obsidian plate, it says it requires 90 millibuckets. And I think 90 millibuckets is smaller than a full bucket. So all we'll need to do is to turn some stone into lava using our entropy manipulator. Then we will grab some water from our trusty water source, throw this over the top of that. Then that's going to give us obsidian. So when you're making obsidian, you got to make sure that you have the water somewhere above it and then it touches the lava source. That's how it turns stuff into obsidian. Otherwise, you're just going to get cobblestone. Now we need to get that up. And in order to get that up, we're going to need a diamond pickaxe. So let's make a diamond pickaxe really quick. All right, so we have our diamond pickaxe. Let's go ahead and pick up our obsidian block here. These things are really tough to pull up, which is okay, I guess. One other thing too, if you're not aware, you can actually take cobblestone. Like if you have cobblestone that's sitting around and you're like, oh, that doesn't look good, I don't like the way that looks. You can take your entropy manipulator and turn it back into stone. And if you need to charge your entropy manipulator, all you need to do is just to take it over to a basic energy cube, throw it in there, and it'll start to recharge. There you go. You can easily recharge your entropy manipulator, and you can turn all of your cobblestone back into regular stone. Let's go ahead and bake up this obsidian. Let's see, is this actually gonna work? It should work. This should turn it into melted obsidian. Let's see if this works. It says it requires 200 millibuckets. Okay, so it's working. Let's go ahead and let this work, and then we'll get our obsidian plate. While this is doing this, we also should do some of this other stuff, like make the brass ingot and also the brass casing. So let's work on that as well. In order to make brass, what do we need to do to make brass? We need some zinc dust and we need some copper dust. So let's do that. That's easy to do. All we need to do is just to grab some zinc, which is just one of these, and then some copper, which is just one of these. We'll bake them up and then we'll throw them in the crusher and we'll be hunky-dory. So we put our zinc, our crushed zinc, into the metallurgic infuser, and then our copper dust into the metallurgic infuser. Now we got some constant dust. That's not right. We're looking for brass. Why did that come out wrong? What do we do wrong here? It says zinc dust, copper dust, metallurgic infuser. It just needs zinc, and that's what we put in there, did we not? Oh, this is nickel. So funny. We put nickel in there. Ha 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 ha. Let's grab some zinc. I think we have zinc. Okay, here is our zinc. Let's grab a few of these. Let's like 5 of them, and we'll go ahead and get these baked up. We'll go ahead and get our brass. So we got our zinc dust and we threw that in there. We had some copper dust, and now we were able to get some brass dust. Now all we need to do with this is to take it over and smelt it up. Now I do have that electric smelter. However, it takes a while to use that electric smelter for now. I know I can make some upgrades for it, but I'm not ready for that. I don't have enough power. I only use this whenever I just kind of want to set it and forget it and not want to use up coal. So we do have some more zinc dust here. We don't have any more copper, but we do have some more brass. Let's go ahead and make our obsidian plate here. In order to switch this, because it still has molten steel in it, but in order to switch this, you just left click on the obsidian, whichever's at the bottom, that's what's going to come out first. So we'll go ahead and switch that to the bottom, and we'll get our obsidian plate. Now, in order to grab this out of here, you're gonna need an empty hand. And so there we go. We got our obsidian plate. We've got our brass ingot. So let's see here. In the quest line, we've got this. We got a lava chicken. We got some food. That's great. We got a brass casing. In order to do the brass casing, what we'll need to do is, let's see, we need to come over to here and we need to make an axe. Let's make a quick axe. We'll make a diamond axe. How about that? That should be fine, right? Okay, so here's our diamond axe. I like to put this here. This can go here, and our inventory is full. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff baked up, because I don't think that I'm gonna need any of this other stuff here. So we'll get all of that stuff baked up. We'll put some of this stuff away like this. I don't need any more of this or these. I can make the Productive Metalworks thing bigger, but it's okay for now. We'll probably need the brass ingot. We'll get to this lava chicken later. We'll put this terracotta away, also the sand and this coal dust. Maybe I should use this coal dust to make up the rest of this steel here. Let's do that. Okay, that's great. Now, what we shall do is we have our axe here. We need just a basic log, I believe. So we've got our log, and we throw that down. What we'll do is we'll right click that in order to make it stripped. Then we'll take our brass ingot. I think we just apply this to here. There we go. There's our brass ingot, and we just pick it up. That should complete the quest. That's great. And we'll go ahead and grab that. And then I think all we need to do is to throw this brass ingot back down on the ground, use the obsidian plate on it. And there we go. There is our train casing. And we were able to complete this quest now, which is wonderful. Now, oh, it gave us an auto hammer. I don't really think I need many more auto hammers, but that's okay. So now that we've completed that particular part, what I want to do is I want to go back to the machinist, because the machinist is going to give us some stuff that I really like. So let's go here to the machinist, and the machinist, let's go ahead and complete this stage. There we are. And not only did you survive the vault. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is this completing quest? I didn't do the vault. Excuse me? Not only did you survive the vault, you actually successfully infused the alloy casing. Okay. Yeah, I just infused the... Wait, did I infuse an alloy casing? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's make sure this is not really messing up overall. Remnants of the past. I don't remember surviving some vault. Find and explore the vault and infuse the train casings with the alloy you find within. Bring me 20 of those alloys, infused casing. I mean, is this supposed to be an alloy infused? I guess the obsidian is what it is. This is task 2. Okay, so task 2, train casings aren't too hard to make, which was task 1. And infuse the train casing. This is the train casing. I didn't infuse the train casing. Uh-oh. So what happens if I complete this stage? Did it complete all of it? No, it didn't do that. But for some reason, something is off here, I feel. Let's see. I did do this, so we'll go ahead and claim that. I did do this. I did get a lava chicken, so we'll do that. I am kind of nervous about what else is going on here. Like, we did open this up for sure because we did these 2 quest lines. So we did open that up. Something is off. It says, I don't have much more knowledge I can help you with at the moment, but feel free to check out my shop. Other than that, other echoes should have tasks for you. That means we completed all of this. Like, this right here shouldn't be open until it shouldn't be open until we complete this part right here, in which it feels as though we've completed this. Yeah, something's wrong. We're gonna have to figure this out. But until then, let's just continue forward and see what we can do. How about what we do is go visit the fabricator, and let's make sure that the fabricator doesn't look, it says completed. We might have to restart this world and perhaps get it back to where we were before. The only thing is that we got some nice gear here. Let me take some time to think about this. If you guys have any idea of what we might be able to do in order to fix this issue, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section there. That'd be great. But we currently have a major issue here where the progression is just broken, and so we want to get back to where it's an actual game instead of, you know, everything already being open. I want to thank you for joining the House of Doggus, where Doggus brings the games that typically don't bring the pain. If you like the video, please hit that like button, and if you really like the video, please hit that subscribe button. Hope you have a good day. Peace.